Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, and we have got a good one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This is Devon Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. You look at the Steeler defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve. Trevor.
Hey, 73. Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They go play action with Lawrence. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of...
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now Lawrence now going to move him around. Swift. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Godwin, the motion man. Here's Hurts to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. You look at the Steeler defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that ball.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Hurts. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A run straight ahead with H.M. Taken down at the 47-yard line. This defense for the Steelers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyler Warren, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level.
His kick is good.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
And I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he just gets rid of it and throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. The Steelers at 7-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 16. Now Lawrence changing the play.
And the Steelers' 1st down.
Here we go. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. He's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Hunter Henry. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Bills 7. Captain McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now the 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Get him, get him. Hey, watch the boat.
Open man right side is cut complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On play action, Lawrence. And he is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Alec Ingold from 8 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great work, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
But that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On first and 10, it's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Now it's second and 10.
Hey, Lion. Red. Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. One receiver left, 3 to the right.
Rip, 20.
Lawrence will throw. And he's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Son.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Bills are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
At their own 5-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. 2nd and 5.
At the 10-yard line.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
For a Bills 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Bills.
Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action with Hurts. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Steelers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Intercepted.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before break. Lawrence. And he is caught by Lamb. And it's a fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the Steelers' 10-yard line.
And let's go. Trim it.
Here's Hurts to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Great.
Hurts. This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Go Silver, ready?
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Chris Godwin taking it in. And the Bills take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. The extra point now for Borregales. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Steelers 21, Bills 14.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Carlton Davis picks it. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Now 2nd and 5. They go play action with Lawrence. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And this one's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Rip, hot. Hey, son, hot. Here we go.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. C.D. Lamb. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. McManus now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st down, back to Achane. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now back to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Now a fake on the jet sweep. And they'll instead run up the middle. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense...
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Evan Ingram there to make the grab. And the Bills get a bit closer. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for two.
The Bills are lining up for a two-point conversion.
Hurts will throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Bills 20.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
2nd down and 8.
Hey, easy, route. Silver. Soga, hot.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done, because they've treated this like a sudden change. You know, when the offense turns the ball over on a fumble or an interception, before you go out, you get together as a defense and go, sudden change, keep your poise, be ready to go. That's exactly what this group has done.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
At the Bills' 2-yard line.
Red on red. Red. Hey, Ginger, hey, kill. Silver.
Here's Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Bills are right back in this football game. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
At the 2-yard line.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, easy. Route. Here we go.
They'll run with Swift. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. He tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Lisa 24. Done. This is Hunt.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Go Silver, ready?
They'll look to throw. It's complete. And this play is going nowhere fast as he goes down. That one might need to go back to the drawing board as they fail on the 2-point try. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an outside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Red on red. Hey, son.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Hey, Silver.
On the option to give to Swift here. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a game where they got out to a pretty good size lead, and then they had to hang on for dear life at the end.
Not exactly how you would draw it up. You would continue to score and find ways to keep your lead pretty well throughout the game. But they did find a way to win, as you noted. Hung on at the end as the big rush came at them. Fortunately enough, they put enough points on the board to have enough of a cushion that they're able to survive what happened in the 4th quarter.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bills, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.